Not only do ships and planes mysteriously go missing here, but also thousands of people. You enter it at your peril.
Hundreds of Alaskans go missing every year at a rate that's twice the US average. Their families are left with unanswered questions.
They found no evidence of him, and he's still missing to this day. It was just like he vanished.
Perhaps these mysterious disappearances have a shocking explanation.
Is it possible that many of these were due to alien abductions?
Alaska, a dangerous place whose history is littered with thousands of unexplained disappearances. One of the strangest happened in July 2012 in Seward, on the southern edge of the Alaska Triangle. This mysterious vanishing occurred during a running race on the mountain that towers over this town, Mount Marathon. Journalist Andrew Goff has been investigating.
The Mount Marathon race is infamous for its cruelty. The route is only 3 miles long, but up a grueling 3,000-foot slope to the race summit before rushing back down to the finish line. It's not for the faint-hearted.
At 3 p.m., around 1,000 competitors set off. One of them, a fit 65-year-old runner, made his way up the mountain.
The weather was a bit foggy, but you could clearly see the race summit. Even the spectators can see the runners making their way up the mountain and back down again, and they cheer them on. Nothing seemed out of the ordinary on that day.
Nearly 3 hours later, the 65-year-old became one of the last stragglers of the race. But he was determined to reach the summit.
A race official told him he had just 200 feet to go to the summit. Took his bib number and expected to see him over the finish line in about 90 minutes.
But 90 minutes came and went, and the runner never made it back down the mountain. Organizers launched an urgent search and rescue mission, as local Alaskan writer Steve Levi remembers.
We're talking about a full-blown search because this is right in the middle of the mountain marathon, which means that there were lots of state troopers down there, lots of people. And when he was missing, everybody went looking for him, and he was just gone, vanished.
Helicopters with heat-seeking equipment hunted desperately for days. But with no sign of the missing runner, the search was called off. Vancouver-based researcher Johnny Enoch has been looking into this case.
This story is so terrifying. In full view, in front of thousands of people watching that race, he just disappears off the mountain.
And is never seen again. No sign, no clues. He disappears into the ether.
To this day, he is gone. They have not found the body, not a piece of clothing, nothing, nothing. He just vanished.
With no sign of the runner ever found, this disappearance has baffled all experts. But perhaps this points to the triangle at work. Planes here have reported strange electromagnetic interference moments before crashing to Earth. The same forces could have led the runner to his fate.
Could the strange magnetic forces of the triangle have somehow steered him off course? We just don't know. It's a complete mystery.
No one knows what happened to the runner, but he sadly joined the thousands of others who've gone missing in Alaska. Later that same year, another person would seemingly fall victim to the powers of the triangle. What started out as an innocent adventure would soon turn to tragedy.
He didn't catch his flight. That definitely raised a concern. something went wrong.
Alaska. In the last 30 years, 16,000 people have mysteriously vanished here. One such disappearance took place in September 2012 near Ambler in the northwest of the Triangle. A 32-year-old tourist left the cabin he was staying in to explore the gates of the Arctic National Park, where he went missing. Dwayne Stone investigated this case when he was a sergeant with the Alaska State Troopers.
He was really interested in the remoteness, and I think he was wanting to test himself and his skills in a place that you truly are challenged.
The trained survivalist was highly skilled at bushcraft and living off the land. He planned to end his stay with a straightforward 30-mile hike to the nearest airport, where he would catch his flight home. But he never made it onto that plane. The alarm was raised with the state troopers, and Dwayne headed up the search and rescue mission.
We got a call from family and friends, and they said that he was overdue and he didn't catch his flight.
By now, it was well into fall, and the temperature was dropping rapidly.
Because of the weather and the time of year, I thought that we needed to get on it immediately, and we did.
With no time to waste, Dwayne's colleagues flew towards Ambler, then hiked the remaining journey by foot to the remote cabin where the hiker was last seen alive.
They started looking in the cabin for anything that would give us a clue to what he might have done or where he may have gone. They found his notebook or diary. It gave us some clue that he might have gone upriver farther to some higher country. It's pretty treacherous. Just about the time the bears are going to den.
Armed with these new clues, the team continued their search. Eventually, they found something strange and perhaps even sinister.
They found a circle that was made with stone. We thought it might have some significance. The troopers looked it over. First, they thought maybe an SOS, but there was no S's with it. There was just a circle. So we're not sure exactly why it was there or how it got there.
This circle was perhaps the strangest and most mysterious aspect of the case. What did it mean? Could this hiker have made it? Or could there have been something that could have created it?
Journalist Andrew Goff has a radical theory behind this strange circle.
Most terrifying of all, could this have signified some kind of vortex taking this man into another world or another dimension?